Deep in the heart of Egypt's western desert, archaeologists have uncovered a burial unlike anything seen before, and inside it, a device so strange, so technologically out of place, that it is forcing experts to reconsider what ancient civilizations were truly capable of. Hidden in a sealed chamber, untouched for more than 3,500 years, the object rests beside a royal mummy, quietly challenging everything we thought we knew about the ancient world. The discovery was made in late 2024, during excavations near Dashur, close to the Bent Pyramid, a region known for some of the oldest experimental structures in Egyptian history. The team believed they were entering a standard Middle Kingdom burial shaft. Instead, they found a descending corridor carved with a level of precision usually associated with the Great Pyramid. At the bottom lay a limestone door sealed with mortar, and behind it, a room so perfectly preserved it felt frozen in time. Inside the chamber rested the mummy of a high-ranking royal official, believed to have served under Amenemhat III. His coffin was carved from cedar coated in gold leaf, but it was the artifact placed beside him that stopped the team cold. It was unlike any known Egyptian object, a circular device made of interlocking metal rings, each etched with microscopic patterns that no ancient tool should have been able to create. The object measured just under 8 inches across and appeared to be made of a copper alloy composite containing trace amounts of silver, tin, and unusually pure iron. At first, the team assumed it was decorative, perhaps a ceremonial amulet, but when they removed it for study, they noticed something shocking. The innermost ring spun freely inside the others, perfectly balanced, almost frictionless. Using micro-CT scanning, researchers discovered an internal lattice structure reminiscent of modern gyroscopes. How could such a mechanism exist in a tomb more than 3 millennia old? The device's composition raised even more questions. The iron within it was meteoritic, a material the Egyptians did use occasionally, but only in small beads and ritual blades, never in complex machinery. When metallurgists from the University of Oxford analysed the alloy ratios, they found evidence of controlled heating above 1,200 degrees Celsius and advanced casting techniques unknown in the Middle Kingdom. It wasn't just a relic. It was manufactured with an understanding of metallurgy far ahead of its time. What truly set this discovery apart were the inscriptions found on a stone slab beneath the coffin. Unlike traditional hieroglyphs describing spells or offerings, these symbols resembled diagrams, concentric circles, intersecting lines, and what looked like astronomical coordinates. One sequence corresponded exactly to the position of Sirius around 1800 BCE, suggesting the device may have had an astronomical purpose. Another sequence depicted the Earth's tilt and the movement of the sun across the solstice points. Knowledge Egyptian priests possessed conceptually, but never illustrated in mechanical form. This wasn't the first time strange, seemingly technical objects had been found in ancient burials. The subterranean galleries at Saqqara contain mysterious stone vessels with razor-thin rims, impossible to produce with hand tools. The unfinished chamber beneath the Great Pyramid appears to have been engineered for resonance or vibration. Beneath Abydos, hidden storage rooms of the Assyrian reveal stonework so precise it mirrors the machining tolerances of modern construction. Egypt's oldest subterranean networks, especially those under Djoser's Step Pyramid, show evidence of experimentation with geometry, alignment, and energy flow. But this device was different. It wasn't architectural, it wasn't symbolic. It was portable, mechanical, intentionally assembled. Some researchers believe it may have been a form of early astronomical instrument, a precursor to the Antikythera mechanism discovered in Greece nearly 1,500 years later. Others argue it could have functioned as a level or gyroscopic stabilizer used during pyramid construction, though no evidence of such tools has ever been found. A more controversial theory suggests it may have been ceremonial, part of a ritual that used movement, vibration, or alignment to connect the deceased with the celestial realm. Supporting this idea were traces of a fine powder found inside the burial chamber, crushed malachite mixed with natron and an unknown organic compound. When examined under a microscope, the powder exhibited crystalline patterns that reacted to sound frequency tests, vibrating at specific pitches. This echoes findings in subterranean chambers at Saqqara and Giza, where certain rooms amplify noises dramatically, as though designed to manipulate sound. Could the device have been used in conjunction with these acoustics? A ritual tool meant to stabilize, measure, or channel energy during funerary rites? The most disturbing clue came from a small inscription on the coffin's interior lid. It read, "He who keeps the path straight for the king." Some Egyptologists interpret this as a title related to astronomy or surveying, but others suspect it may allude to a forgotten technological role within the priesthood, a group that maintained knowledge of measurements, alignments, and possibly devices used to create the precision seen in Egypt's greatest monuments. Right now, the artifact is undergoing advanced analysis in Cairo. Engineers are attempting to reverse model the internal mechanism, but the complexity has already exceeded expectations. Nothing like this should exist in a pharaonic tomb. Yet there it is, silent and intact. Whatever this device was, tool, instrument, or ritual mechanism, it suggests the ancients possessed knowledge we have yet to fully understand. Not magic, not myth. Something far more sophisticated. An intersection of astronomy, engineering, and spiritual practice that we are only beginning to decode. And as the study continues, one unsettling question lingers in the air. If this was found beside a royal official, what might still lie hidden in the tombs of the pharaohs themselves? The device discovered in that pharaoh's tomb already proved the ancients were working with something far beyond what we expected. But what if that wasn't an isolated mystery? What if it was just one piece of a much larger puzzle? In our next investigation, we uncover technology from ancient Egypt so advanced, modern science still struggles to explain how it was ever possible.
Deep inside Egypt's ruins, archaeologists have uncovered artifacts that make no sense. Perfectly balanced crystal lenses, drill holes spiraling into granite harder than steel, and stone blocks cut so precisely they look as if lasers carved them. These discoveries aren't theories. They've been photographed, measured, and documented. And yet modern engineers admit they still can't explain how this was possible over 4,000 years ago. Did the ancient Egyptians possess a form of lost technology that we can't even replicate today? Or are we missing an entire chapter of human history?
Consider this unsettling fact. The Great Pyramid of Giza, constructed with over 2 million limestone and granite blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons, was aligned with true north with an accuracy within 3/60ths of a degree. Modern construction equipment struggles to replicate such precision on a structure of this size. Yet, without cranes, bulldozers, or computer modeling, the Egyptians did it flawlessly. What tools could they have possibly possessed to achieve such mathematical and engineering perfection? But the pyramids are only the beginning. Recent high-resolution scans of Egypt's monuments have revealed something astonishing. Drill marks cut into granite that suggest the use of tools operating at a speed and consistency far beyond copper chisels and stone hammers. In fact, some of these cores display spirals that, to replicate today, would require diamond-tipped drills powered by modern machinery. And yet, they are found in artifacts dated to the Old Kingdom, thousands of years before such technology supposedly existed. Could it be that ancient Egypt had access to lost methods of stoneworking? Or are we witnessing evidence of an even stranger truth, that a forgotten science has been erased from history? Even more shocking are the precision cuts of basalt flooring at the Temple of the Serapeum. The slabs are joined so perfectly that not even a sheet of paper can fit between them. Archaeologists examining these stones describe a level of craftsmanship that borders on the mechanical. Some theorists argue this was the work of techniques involving sonic or vibrational cutting, an idea supported by hieroglyphic depictions of tuning forks and sound-related rituals. Could sound have been harnessed as a tool, allowing the Egyptians to shape stone with vibrations rather than brute force? As our attention moves underground, another enigma emerges. In 1850, Auguste Mariette uncovered the Serapeum of Saqqara, massive subterranean tunnels housing gigantic granite sarcophagi. Each box, carved from single blocks of granite weighing up to 100 tons, was transported from quarries miles away and placed with perfect balance into narrow chambers. Modern engineers admit that even with today's cranes and trucks, maneuvering such objects underground would be a near impossible task. So how did the Egyptians achieve this with only ropes, wood, and manpower? Or were they relying on a technological edge that history has chosen not to preserve? The mysteries don't end with stone. Recent chemical analyses of remnants from ancient Egyptian temples have revealed traces of substances that suggest advanced knowledge of electricity. In the Temple of Hathor at Dendera, carvings appear to show what many believe to be enormous light bulbs, elongated shapes connected to snake-like filaments. While mainstream Egyptologists interpret these images differently, skeptics argue that the Egyptians may have experimented with primitive electrical devices, perhaps using copper and vinegar to generate currents, much like the Baghdad battery found in Mesopotamia. Imagine temples illuminated not by torchlight, but by a flickering electrical glow. Then there are the star maps, etched into ceilings and tombs with uncanny accuracy. The Egyptians charted constellations with a precision that implies deep astronomical knowledge, aligning temples and monuments with celestial events thousands of years into the past and future. The Great Pyramid itself is aligned not only with the cardinal points of Earth, but also with key stars in Orion's belt and Sirius. How could a people without telescopes have achieved such mastery of the heavens? Some suggest lost instruments, perhaps lenses or observational towers, while others whisper of something even more mysterious, knowledge passed down from a forgotten epoch or an external influence we dare not name. Perhaps most baffling of all is the question of how this knowledge seemed to appear so suddenly. Civilizations typically advance in gradual steps, but Egypt's old kingdom seems to have burst forth with architectural genius, advanced medicine, and a grasp of mathematics that took millennia for other societies to reach. Ancient texts like the Ebers Papyrus reveal surgical techniques, herbal remedies, and medical insights that mirror modern practices. Could this sudden leap suggest that the Egyptians inherited knowledge from an earlier, lost civilization, one wiped out by cataclysm, remembered only in fragments through myths of Atlantis and Zep Tepi the first time? Even today, scientists are uncovering new evidence. In recent years, thermal scans of the Great Pyramid have revealed unexplained heat anomalies, hidden voids or chambers that suggest we've barely scratched the surface of what lies within. Could these secret spaces contain records of the technology that built Egypt's wonders? Or will they reveal something so unimaginable that it would rewrite the story of human civilization? The sands of Egypt continue to guard their secrets. With each discovery, the line between myth and history blurs further, challenging us to reconsider what we thought we knew. Were the Egyptians simply masters of ingenuity, harnessing overlooked natural principles in ways we've forgotten? Or did they touch upon a form of science that transcended their age and ours? One thing is certain. Until the last stone is studied, the last chamber explored, and the last hieroglyph decoded, the mysteries of ancient Egypt will continue to haunt our imagination. Because somewhere beneath those timeless sands may lie the truth. A truth that could prove that the greatest technology humanity ever knew was not born in our future, but buried in our past. The mysteries of Egypt's impossible technology leave us questioning how such knowledge was ever lost. And now, a discovery even more astonishing has come to light. A 4,000-year-old pharaoh's tomb, sealed since antiquity, has finally been opened. What lies inside may change everything we thought we knew about the ancient world.
Under the blazing Egyptian sun, archaeologists have just opened a tomb sealed for over 4,000 years. Inside is a chamber no human has entered since the day it was locked in the age of the pharaohs. What's inside could rewrite what we know about ancient Egypt and change our understanding of one of history's greatest civilizations.
It began not with fanfare, but with an unassuming excavation on the edge of the Saqqara necropolis. Archaeologists were following the faint outlines of collapsed stone walls when they struck a passageway. Its entrance choked with rubble, its presence unmarked on any map. The shaft descended deep into the earth, each step carrying them closer to an age when the pyramids were still young. At the end lay a wall of limestone blocks, sealed with a mortar that had hardened like steel, and stamped with the royal cartouche of a name few had seen before. It was the signature of a ruler whose story had vanished from the records. The moment the final stone was pried free, the team was met with a silence so profound it felt almost deliberate. Their lights pierced the darkness, revealing painted walls still blazing with color, the pigments clinging to life after 4 millennia. Hieroglyphs danced in the beam, scenes of royal processions, offerings to the gods, and the journey through the underworld. One panel depicted the pharaoh standing before Osiris, the god of the afterlife, holding the Ankh, the symbol of eternal life. And then came the most startling discovery: the burial chamber itself, perfectly intact. The cedarwood sarcophagus, imported from the Levant, lay in the center, its lid carved with the serene face of the king. Around it, an astonishing array of artifacts lay exactly where ancient hands had placed them. Alabaster jars sealed with resin, gold amulets shaped like scarabs, and even trays of dried figs and bread prepared for the pharaoh's eternal feast. It was as though the man had been entombed yesterday, not during the Middle Kingdom. Recent scientific advances have given archaeologists a way to read such relics like never before. High-resolution 3D scanning captured every brushstroke on the painted walls before the slightest breeze could disturb the pigments. Residue analysis on the jars revealed traces of honey still sweet and perfumed oils whose scent lingered faintly in the air, a sensory bridge to a vanished world. Most astonishing of all, the linen wrappings inside the sarcophagus had not fully decayed. Using non-invasive imaging, researchers could see the contours of a mummified body without unwrapping it, preserving the pharaoh exactly as his priests had intended. But the tomb was more than a time capsule. It was a political statement. Inscriptions hinted at turbulent times: a drought that strained the Nile's bounty, border conflicts in the Sinai, and the rise of powerful provincial governors who challenged the crown. The pharaoh's choice of burial site, far from the grand royal pyramids, may have been an act of defiance or self-preservation, seeking eternal rest beyond the reach of courtly intrigue. The most haunting element, however, was a narrow stone chest sealed in pitch, found tucked into a recess in the chamber wall. Inside lay a set of scrolls written in a delicate hieratic script. Early translations suggest these were the king's personal reflections, a rarity in Egyptian archaeology. One fragment speaks of the weight of the double crown and the loneliness of ruling when even the gods seem silent. If authenticated, these writings could be among the earliest examples of royal introspection ever discovered. Opening the tomb has also reignited debates about ancient Egyptian engineering. The chamber's ceiling, constructed from massive granite slabs, shows no signs of collapse or shifting, proof of precision stonework that has endured earthquakes, floods, and the slow, crushing weight of time. Recent ground-penetrating radar surveys revealed a hidden ventilation system carved into the rock designed to preserve the air quality for the deceased. Such innovations are forcing scholars to reconsider the technological capabilities of the Middle Kingdom, often overshadowed by the more famous Pyramid Age. Yet for all the marvels, there is an inescapable sense of intrusion. The last person to see the inside of this tomb was likely a priest placing the final offering before sealing it forever. Now, after 4,000 years, we stand in that sacred space, our camera lights and measuring instruments replacing the flicker of oil lamps and the scent of incense. The ancient Egyptians believed that speaking the name of the dead kept their soul alive. With this discovery, the pharaoh's name, once lost, is spoken again. Some mysteries will remain. The full translation of the scrolls will take years. The genetic testing of the mummy may reveal unexpected lineages, alliances, or betrayals. And somewhere, still buried under the shifting sands, lie the tombs of those who served him, waiting for their own day in the sun. We've just stepped out of a tomb untouched for over 4,000 years, its secrets finally seeing the light of day. But what if I told you there's another ancient mystery, one so well hidden it's disguised as an ordinary mountain? Beneath the green slopes of Gunung Padang in Indonesia, evidence suggests a massive pyramid lies buried, and it could rewrite everything we think we know about human history.
High in the misty highlands of West Java, Indonesia, an ancient secret sleeps beneath the earth. This is Gunung Padang, a lush, emerald green hill crowned with mysterious stone ruins. For generations, local legend spoke of a mighty king who tried to build a palace here in a single night. By dawn, the tale goes, the king's work froze in time as fragmented pillars and terraces. It's a captivating story, but recent findings suggest an even more astonishing reality. A massive pyramid may lie hidden under this mountain, one that could be older than any structure ever known. The very idea sounds unbelievable. A buried step pyramid from before the end of the last ice age. Yet the whispers of what if have drawn scientists and adventurers into a thrilling quest to uncover the truth beneath the jungle floor.
From afar, Gunung Padang looks like just another green mountain rising out of the landscape. Its name even translates to Mountain of Enlightenment, and indeed, it has enlightened and baffled in equal measure. As you approach, the ordinary facade falls away. Impossibly, you begin to notice straight lines and terraces on the slopes. Climb the winding path, some 370 stone steps cut into the hillside, and you emerge atop a series of broad terraces. There are 5 distinct levels stepping up the summit, each smaller than the last, framed by crumbling retaining walls of stacked volcanic stone. Strewn across these platforms are hundreds of long, hexagonal stone pillars, andesite columns shaped by ancient hands or perhaps by the fiery heart of the volcano itself.